Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV, gonna be casting a game between Empire.Welmu and Liquid TLO. Of course, TLO is on his account Game of Drones, and this is from Team Liquid Replay Pack number 20. And on that thread, it said especially make sure to check out his game against Empire.Welmu for a sick tactic to use on your friends. So, well, that's why I'm casting this one. Out of all the replays, I will cast other ones throughout this week. It is on Metalopolis, which has a 46% win rate ZVP. It is in favor of Protoss with a 54% win rate, but that does bounce constantly. It is one of the more balanced maps, and that is a huge sample pool. I think it was like between 500 games or something, where the Protoss has won like 256 or something absurd like that. So it is an extremely balanced map. And, well, we'll see exactly what TLO's tactic is. I'm assuming it's something to do with just not engaging the Protoss army, because that's how TLO got so popular. It was back in the HDH Invitational all the way in the beta. His very first high-profile game against White Raw. It was game number 2 in his best-of-3 series, I believe, on Scrap Station, that old map. It started off with White Raw cannoning up TLO's ramp, containing him to one base, then building a gateway there, and, well, also a robo facility, getting Immortals out, and it just looked like TLO was out of the game, but he built a Nidus Worm, and did some damage to the econ of White Raw, and then as White Raw mushed up the ramp, killing all the Spine Coils, it looked like TLO was done for. He puts all his drones in his Nidus Worm, and then goes and attacks White Raw's base, and wins the game because of that. It was so amazing. Definitely check it out. Just Google, like, HDH, White Raw, TLO, Scrap Station. You can watch that game and see how bad the production quality was back in the beta, and just how undiscovered the game was. There are definitely very funny comments in that game. Welmu is going to try to block TLO's natural, but TLO just going to be going and taking the third base. And as I was saying, TLO's, a lot of Zergs just no longer engage Protoss Death Balls until they get a lot of Broodlords. So I'm guessing his tactic has something to do with how to get to that late game, how to get 20 Broodlords out without losing to a Protoss Death Push. And TLO is one of the few players who uses Nidus Worms to help him with that, so I think that's probably what's going to be happening just from watching his stream. I have no clue. I've never seen this game before, but TLO does have a wonky build style. Welmu is going to be scouting this third base. He is going for that Forge Fast Expand, so if he wants to, he can cannon up this, but he does see Lings out, so he is just going to be very happy with getting his Nexus out before the hatch, and will be Chrono Boosting probes. Looks like he went for, did he go cannon before this? 26, 19, so he did go for the cannon before the gateway, which means warp gates will finish around 7:30, and we'll see exactly what Welmu does from there. He has got his one cannon up, so those Lings won't be doing anything really. TLO hasn't got any gas yet, so I don't see him trying to roach bust this. I'm assuming TLO will just take his third base at his natural relatively soon, and you have to do that to defend against Stargate play. If you start building your, like, third base after, I think it's the 6-minute mark, then Void Rays can come before you have any creep here. And if you don't have any creep, you can't put Spore Coilers, which means it's very hard to deal with Void Rays and Phoenix. Of course, the Queen can walk from the main down here, but the Phoenix with the Void Rays is just a little bit too much for her. So you always want to get this hatch down. I think it is before 6 minutes. And 5 minutes if you are worried about proxy. So you can see TLO quickly goes up on this. He knows because the Warp Gates doesn't finish until 7:30, as I did say, that he doesn't really have to build any units. A Zealot can beat a Queen in a one-on-one fight, but if a Zealot is attacking by itself, TLO can just micro his drones with his Queen and easily overpower that without taking any loss. The Stalker can be a little bit of a headache, but not too much, and that does come out a little bit later, so TLO just be building a lot of drones. We do have a Stargate coming up right next to this one Cybernetic Core, and that can delay this Warp Gate research. As you can see, Welmu is not Chrono boosting the Warp Gate research, and we'll see what TLO does see. Sees a Warp Gate, the Gateway being Chrono boosted. We'll see one Stalker pop out of that, and then if you can actually see the next unit that pops out of this, if it's like a Sentry, another Zealot, or a Stalker, that will tell him kind of what Welmu's doing. If he sees it's not a Sentry, then he may be thinking, okay, you're not going to go with a heavy gateway push because the Protoss has to build those sentries because they don't cost minerals. That allows them to get a lot of gateways up early on and do big pushes. So, if he doesn't see anything coming out of this gateway after that Stalker, then he may have some idea that the Voidoi is on the way, but his Overlord spread is so good, I don't see this Voidoi doing much damage at all. You can see his natural is already up, doesn't have a Evo chamber, but is getting it now right at that 7-minute mark. Going to get double Evos with a Roach Horn, taking another gas, and he is up to 40 drones. Welmu is at 42. But TLO now going to have all his queens on his hatches, as this one is just about out, and he'll be able to mass up a lot of drones and make use of his name. That is Game of Drones. And there's even another queen at this one to help spread that creep, as this is very crucial against any type of Stargate play. We do have TLO going to be coming back down here to see what Welmu has. And he is going around, sees another cannon, so does he know? Yes, 3 cannons are up. He may be thinking something's up. I mean, 3 cannons, that's a little bit odd. He doesn't see any units, and now we do have 2 Voidoids from Welmu going to be moving out as an Overlord tries to come in to scout. He absolutely knows this is coming now. He gets a great scout on it as the Voidoids haven't left the base. He is going to be getting Spore Crawlers up, as you do see, at all of his bases to deal with these Voidoids. His main doesn't have any just yet, but that's the one furthest away from the Voidoids, so he delays it just a little bit. Because he can. He knows the Voidoids won't be able to hit the main too quick. This Overlord will be going down as well, but it won't turn TLO upside down, as he got a max of 86 supply, and he's currently at 68, now 78, so he can still build 10 supply worth of units. Doing this, he is just building a lot of drones. TLO has accepted the fact that he's going to lose drones at this point, so he's just going to be building them. He knows he can kill this. He knows he won't die to the Stargate play as long as he has these Spore Crawlers up. And he knows Welmu won't have that scary of a ground army. So he can just power drones a little bit longer, but oh, Welmu, you are one sneaky guy. Gonna go for the Warp Prisms as well. Just instantly, he will have an army inside of one of TLO's bases. This Overlord is going down. The Stargate play is doing a great job at killing off all the scouting of TLO. As you do see, he no longer has an Overlord spread. That looks like what Welmu's goal is. Few Roaches going to be coming down, but they will easily be dealt with. And it looks like the Voidoids don't even care about them one bit. Ling's just watching this third base, so TLO trying to get his scout on what Welmu is going to be doing. The Warp Prism is going, and it looks like it may be spotted by Roaches, as TLO is just massing up a lot of units, wants to break Welmu. And TLO now sees this Warp Prism, so he knows it is coming. He will pull back to defend against this, most likely with his Lings. Lings are very quick. And that Warp Prism is on the way, but TLO has more than enough to kill 4 Zealots. And I don't see this Warp Prism being able to do too much, but it should be able to lift up the units and get away because TLO doesn't really have too much mobile anti-air. He's got quite a few queens, though. 7 queens already out. Zealots going to be coming down, but they're met with a lot of Lings. The Zealots are at 0-0, doesn't have any upgrades. TLO does have +1 armor. We do have weapons on the way for Welmu, so his Voidoid play got stopped, and his Warp Prism play got stopped. But he is still doing fine on his Econ, 57 probes, 265 drones. He is pretty teched out, and TLO can't really inflict too much damage. There's 3 Voidoids he has, 2 Voidoids, and a few Phoenix will be enough to defend against a lot of things. There are 3 Phoenix there, the Warp Prism still here. And if that Warp Prism ever gets a good warp in on TLO, TLO will be in trouble. There's Phoenix just going around for Welmu to get as much scouting as possible. Colossus is out. Those Lings cannot engage against the Colossus, especially when it is near a high ground to just walk back up and down, stopping the Lings from ever getting it to hit it. So TLO should not engage Welmu right now. Welmu more than defended. Looks like he does want to stop this third base. Gets 1 cannon, 2 cannons, and the rest do get canceled as Welmu's army does come here. But again, Welmu has more than enough to defend against this. And he is just going to be getting a few more cannons back up to defend his third base. It is going to be 3 bases versus 3 bases, but TLO going to be taking his 4th. The Zerg player never wants to be equal or down on bases. He always wants to have at least 1 more. And once it hits 3 bases, I think they want to have 2 more to feel perfectly safe. The Zealots are going to be coming in here, but there are 3 Queens with a lot of energy. TLO just microing that to keep it alive while he transfuses. Those Zealots do not stand a chance, but even more are warping in. TLO going to be going for that Warp Prism now. And this Queens, oh my god, actually deal quite a bit of damage to it. The Warp Prism is not going to be going down, as those Zealots do get taken care of with Roaches and Lings. A Sentry would have been nice to force field that ramp, stopping TLO from getting back into his base, but that wasn't the case. Welmu just happy about being able to get his third base up. 66 workers, 284. Spire is on the way, just about complete for TLO. Welmu does have Phoenix out, does have a few Stalkers. I don't know if the mutas are going to be too good in this situation. But TLO will be on a lot of gas, so he'll be able to build a lot of mutas. He isn't stockpiling any gas right now, which is a little bit odd. And he is getting the infestation bit with ventral sacs, pathogen glands, and stuff, so I don't think he's going to go muta play. He is getting a hive right now, so maybe that Spire was built a little bit too early. The Spire and Hive have the same build time, so you always want to build them at the same time if you're going to be going for those Broodlords. And this Overseer is going to be going down as well. Welmu doing a great job at stopping TLO from scouting what he's doing, but TLO going to be building yet another base. And something for TLO finished. Looks like it was Pathogen Glands. He does have Overlord Speed. It looks like Ventral Sacs just about done, so TLO will be doing drops. And as I was talking about, he just loves engaging the Protoss base and not the units. He knows that a Zerg 200-200 will lose against a Protoss 200-200 most of the time. And we have Welmu getting a lot more Stargates up, so it looks like Broodlord play will not be the answer. That's a lot of air units Welmu will be having. TLO getting 2 more hatches right now. This is one, and he's just double expanding. And he will be on Welmu's side of the map all the way up to 6 bases. Hasn't taken the gold base just yet, but I'm assuming that is his next base he wants to take. Infested Lings and Roaches going to be coming in for TLO, as he does have a lot of units here to pressure the 3rd base or the natural. More Overlords if he wants to lift them up. Here we go. TLO is going to be doing that drop. Going to take out the cannon, go for Infested Terrans, and this will allow him most likely to take out the Robotics Bay as well. Is he going to get this? Stop Colossus production. No, it looks like he's getting the pylons, just doing whatever damage he can guarantee. And now going to be going for the probes. He was trying to go on this right side of the map, but Welmu's army was there. He saw that coming a mile away. And he is going to deal with this units in the base. So TLO not doing too much damage there. Blink does go back of those Stalkers to keep them alive. The Robotics Bay still alive. 1 Warp Gate is unpowered. TLO, though, did see all of the Stargates. And that's the word I was looking for, as Welmu did use the Warp Prism to take out TLO's 6th base, and TLO is going to be doing another Overlord drop with a lot of Infestors, getting Infested Terrans in there. Fallen Growths this just to kind of delay it, allowing those Infested Terrans to kill off an extra pylon. Welmu is going to be going up on his 4th base. And TLO is now going into those Broodlords. His greatest spy, of course, is done. Still doesn't have the gold base. That 6th base didn't even get a chance to mine anything. And Welmu going to try to take out this Lova, even though the Lova would die eventually because of that creep just receding. Going to the count at 79 probes to 82 drones. And Welmu doing a small transfer from his 3rd base to his 4th base. The food count 179 to 199. Army supply 117 for TLO. Welmu at 99. Upgrades 111. 11. TLO 12. And what is his missile? His air upgrades doesn't have any, and I don't see any Roaches out. I don't know where they are. TLO is going to send a lot of Lings here, try to stop this 4th base from coming in. But there's plenty of Zealots to deal with these Lings, but TLO just wants to free up supply. He does not care about like 20 or 30 supply of Lings he just lost, because that is going to allow him to get even more Broodlords. We do see another Spire being built for TLO, and that is in case his greatest Spire does get sniped. Here's another Spire, but also it will allow him to get double upgrades, so we can get a lot of very high upgraded Broodlords very quickly. Welmu is going to do another Zealot drop here. 2 Zealots going to be coming in. We'll probably target the drones on gas because Zergs really love that gas. Looks like TLO is going to be doing a drop with his Broodlords. And that is just Lings and 2 Infestors with 1 Roach, so we will be able to see the missile attack upgrade. He has that 1 missile attack as well. The Zealots do target, I don't know if they target those guys on gas. There's still 3 on each gas. TLO actually had 4 guys on gas periodically or for a very short period. Infestor here, will he be able to Fung Growth these probes from this high ground? He does bring another one there. Will they throw a bunch of Infested Terrans, or what are they thinking? Stalker's going up on here, and TLO looks like he's going to be dropping a lot of Lings along with 2 Infestors in the main of Welmu. Welmu does have a Small group of stalkers. There we go. Bunch of infested Terrans do come out. Probes forced to stop mining as they do go to another base. As the Lings and Infestors do come into this main, those stalkers can't decide what the heck to do. TLO is going to be... maybe wants to take out this Nexus. He can see the mothership building, so I would be tugging that Nexus down, but maybe TLO's not paying attention. There it goes. Gonna start attacking this Nexus. I don't think it is going to be falling, as Welmu does get a lot of units here. Oh my god, holy Void Rays, Welmu. He has 12 Void Rays out, is switching over to carriers. Warp Prism going to be coming in with one Zealot. The Zealot is going to most likely target the drones on gas. We do have so many Void Rays just taking out those Overlords. He is at 1-2-1 right now on those Void Rays. That mothership almost out. TLO is getting a Nidus network. And he's probably going to be using that the same way he's been using those Overlord drops. It's a little bit risky to do Overlord drops when there are like 9 or 10 Void Rays out on the battlefield. Actually 12 out, because they will take out Overlords very quickly. So it's much safer just to use that Nidus network. Welmu doesn't have vision of a lot of areas. TLO can just Nidus this whole place. Gonna throw a few infested Terrans, take out this one pylon. Also Nidus Worm anywhere up here, anywhere here. There's so many Nidus opportunities for TLO just to bring his whole army. While the Brute Lords can't go in the Nidus, but they can just fly across the map ever so slowly. Warp Prism still here for Welmu. He is sending in a lot of Zealots. The Nidus Worm does hatch from up here, does have 2 Infestors in it. And if he gets a fungal growth on all these Void Rays, that will be absolutely amazing. We do have a Darkshine on the way for Welmu, but because he has this Stargate play, TLO already has Spore Callers at every base. Actually, this one, no, he doesn't! But he should be able to get Overseers, no problem. And if this base goes down, it's not that big of a deal. And by this base, I mean his 4th one. Queen is going to come, start taking out this one Warp Prism. TLO has a few units going to go up in an Overlord, but all the Void Rays do come. Those Overlords definitely are in trouble. TLO has the 1 Ling there, 5 more Broodlords on the way. That is going to be 13 Broodlords out for TLO. The mothership is out for Welmu. And looks like Welmu wants to go engage with these Void Rays. And he has to be careful because Void Rays are air units which clump up. And if TLO gets a fungal growth on them, it will be absolutely devastating. TLO going to be transfusing a Spore Caller, but look how fast they fall. There are few Infestors coming. He has to split up these Void Rays, and oh no! Every Void Ray does get fungal growth, going to get chain fungal growth, and then just go down. But oh wait, the recall does work, saves every single Void Ray as soon as they lose their shields, gets them back home, and what a good anti-fungal. Welmu is switching up into Air Toss as he is going for those carriers. He is at 2-3-1 upgrades, but because TLO does have that double Spire, TLO is at 2-1 right now, working on his 3-2. So TLO just as fast on those upgrades thanks to that double Spire. What a brilliant move against Sky Toss. And TLO bring a few drones in this Nidus one. What are you thinking? Does have one here as well to stop Welmu from taking his 4th base. And here we go. TLO has absolutely everything. This is going to be a huge battle. Those Void Rays are going to get fungal growth. I don't know if that mothership has enough energy to do another recall. No, it does not. It is very close, though. Needs another 8 energy. Close to all the Void Rays, but oh, it does come close enough. Has the energy to... no, it doesn't have it. So close. 4 energy away. All the Void Rays do fall, and that will most likely be the game. 145 supply versus 200. Will these carriers be enough? Carriers very strong at full upgrades, but Corruptors do counter carriers, and now that all those Void Rays did fall to that fungal growth, I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough battle. Those carriers go down so quickly to all these Corruptors as long as TLO does target the carriers with them and not the Interceptors. More carriers on the way. You can see Welmu just stacking those carriers in this production tab. He is sitting at 3k minerals, 2k gas, so it looks like Welmu saving up to buy an engagement ring for Kerrigan to switch her over to the Toss side. And it's a good thought to switch her because, well, she started off Terran, then she switched over to the Zerg, so might as well try to convince her to go to the Protoss. I guess that's Welmu's thought, but she will not be switching because, well, she loves the brute force, and all these Brood Lords do show that. And what can you do against them? Absolutely nothing. Broodlord's just taking out all of the production. We do have more Stargates being built at his 4th base. He does have the money to mass up a lot of units, and Broodlords are very slow. Getting another mothership out. Maybe he wants to toilet. If he gets a toilet off, that will be good, but I don't think he has his Templar Archives. No, does not have that anymore. TLO looking like he has just won this game. More units going in this Nidus network. A bunch of Lings about to come out of nowhere. And a Queen with these 2 Broods with full energy so she can transfuse them, but she is alone, so the Queen is the weakest link. But the Broodlords will create a wall of Broodlings, stopping anything from trying to kill her. Zealots do try to take out this Nidus Worm, but too many Lings are out right now. They are at 3-3 upgrades. Their Zealots are at 1-3-2, it looks like. And does he have adrenal glands? No, he doesn't. But he doesn't need it at this point, honestly. 184 to 93. Welmu has to get a toilet off if he has any hopes. If he gets a toilet on all these Corruptors, he has a small chance. I mean, TLO isn't stacking that many minerals, so he won't be able to rebuild those Corruptors. But it doesn't look like he's really going for Archons. He doesn't have any tech. His gateways can only build Zealots, so he would need to build Cybernetics Core, then go up to a Twilight Council, then go all the way to Templar Archives. Does not have the time for that. So he's hoping that his carriers will be able to do the job. Chrono boosting all those Stargates like it's his job. All his Nexus very low in energy. And horde of Corruptors. That is definitely a lot of Corruptors. 22 Corruptors, I believe. 24. Does have 2 somewhere else. More Niduses going off just throughout the place. Lots of Zealots here to take out this one base, but TLO not going to care too much. He has plenty of Spine Callers at his 5th base, and this one doesn't have too many. And the Zealot's going to be going off to TLO's 3rd base. TLO going to be expanding towards the gold base, and those Zealots just going to try to do a base race. But all it would take is one Broodlord or one Muto, just pretty much one anything in the air to put an end to that. Here we go, Carriers versus these Corruptors. You can see the Corruptors just kind of take out these Carriers like it's their job. There we go, there's the GG. What an exciting game, kinda. It was kind of one-sided at that end, but this one battle, if Welmu did not get fungal growth on all the Void Rays, that's probably around 22. Let's see. 24? Let's see. Not here just yet. Here we go. And that army comes out of nowhere. Where are these Broodlords? Right here. Let's go. There goes the swarm. Those Void Rays get recalled right there. And then all of a sudden TLO has like his whole army in a corner of your base. That's very hard to get to because of all the Sim City that's in the way that would stop Stalkers, but he doesn't really have any ground. He has 3 Carriers, 11 Void Rays, 12 Stalkers, 16 Interceptors, Mothership. The main thing is just the air, all the Void Rays in this Carrier, but he doesn't do anything to split these Void Rays up, and that's what I really hate about StarCraft 2, is, like, my biggest gripe with it is, I love the game, don't get me wrong, but in StarCraft 2, you got a micro to stay alive. You make one mistake, no matter how much micro you do, you're dead. That's it. One mistake. I'd really like if you had a micro to do a lot of damage. If it was the other way around. Because this is just Welmu not playing bad. It's not TLO doing something amazing. It's just Welmu making one small mistake and TLO going to be capitalizing on it. Of course, he doesn't know about that Nidus, so these Infestors do come out of nowhere. And then he's like, oh no, I'm fungal growth. And there you have it. That tactic pretty much just seals the game. You can see TLO just backing off his units. Gets another fungal growth. Now going to put off a bunch of infested Terrans. And yeah, all the Void Rays just trapped. Can't split up. Infestors fungal growth them, and that is the end of that. So, more fungal growth going down on them, and see them just even attacking the infested Terrans right there. Welmu, what were you doing in that battle? So there he goes. The mothership's out. Fungal growth spotting those cloak units, so the mothership's cloak doesn't really do anything. But look at all the time the Voiders are just attacking those infested Terrans. That was sloppy, but you know what? Let's go into SC2 gears and see what is going on. And, every race has it. I mean, Zerg against Terran, if they don't micro their mutas against Thors, oh, 2 Thors and all your mutas are just absolutely dead. Don't split up your Broodlords when the mothership's out and get Vortex with a few Archons, your Broodlords are dead. I just really don't like the idea of a unit countering another unit. I like the idea of a unit doing well against a unit if you do something special. I think that just makes the game so much more entertaining. And we're going to be going up into SC2 gears. So here we go. Let's start off with the APM tab because that is what we do here. Macro APM 4 TLO 71, his micro at 151. Welmu macro 67, his micro at 105. His redundancy for Welmu 29%, TLO at 28. So TLO has more APM and less redundancy, which is a brutal combination. Welmu's overall APM 173, TLO's 223. Let us see, build tech, let's do that a little bit later. Unit tiers, TLO right here. No, this is Welmu. Man, he loves that tier 3. Since this point in the game, he's like, you know what? Build carriers, DTs, Colossus and carrier, mothership and more carriers. Gets a few zealots here. TLO, he's got more of a spread. He gets the Broodlords, more Broodlords, but Broaches, Infestors, Corruptors, all those good units. Going into the main building control, TLO's injecting. The late game, he was at 28.9 seconds, which isn't good, but up to where it mattered, he was at 8.6 seconds. And if you've been watching my cast, 8.6 seconds at 12 minutes, 11 minutes, whatever. Pretty darn good, actually. TLO on top of his creep injecting. And let's see exactly how he does his injects, because I don't know. I suppose I should know, because I watch his stream. I think he does backspace inject. Let's see. Let's go 10 minutes. So, what does TLO do? His hotkeys, all his hatches on 1, all his queens on another, was all hatches on 5, his queens are on 4. So, basically, he probably rebound backspace to spacebar, and then pretty much pushes 4, and then hold shift, spacebar V, spacebar V, spacebar V on all his bases. So that's how TLO does those injects. Let's see. Anything else interesting to look at? Resources spent. TLO should have a lot more because he was on bases, but oh my god, this is the first time that I've ever seen a Protoss spend more minerals. Welmu, nice job there, buddy. Spending a little bit less on gas. Of course, he has no chance of mining more gas than TLO, but that is impressive, spending more minerals than TLO. And TLO was pretty, low on minerals most of that game, so I'm kind of curious how that happened. We'll go back in the game right after we see if anything else is going on. Oh, production, not too cool. I'll show it just in case you want to see. Yeah, that's not a good graph. Produced army supply, you can see. Can I hide? No, I can't hide shots, but okay. So this dark red line is Welmu. This line is TLO, and this is how you know TLO. Let's see, we can zoom in a little bit. There we go. TLO drones, units, drones, units, drones, units, drones, units, drones, units, making a real name of Game of Drones. And you can see Welmu, units also up, and that's, Zergs always have this trend. You can see right here, he just built nothing. No units really in this portion. So we'll go into the map control. Well, overlay, I mean. Overlay map view. Let's see what was happening here. So was TLO attacking? That is the question. Goes back. You can see him placing all of those. Are those creep tumors? Let's see, this is, how long is this in the game? 14:31, so that should be... probably around 19 minutes. Good 18. And yeah, those will be creep tumors we see. Okay, so that huge line right now going into the game, TLO was maxed. So that's why he's not building any units. And then we will see him spamming down the creep tumors momentarily. Well, yeah, TLO is maxed this whole time, so that supply is when he hits max. Oh, no, those aren't creep tumors. Those spore crawlers and spine crawlers. Just freeing up supply. Missed that. Pretty cool. 12 and 6. So that's what was going on there. And that's what I really like about SC2 gears. That you can easily just quickly analyze a game, see what was going on. You can also go to this unit tiers. Welmu, not building any units this whole time. But again, it looks like he was maxed. We can go back to the overlay charts. See, produced army supply. He had just built 5... well, no. That's TLO. Welmu wasn't building anything either. He just built 4 zealots. And then getting all these carriers. So maybe he was waiting for the carriers. But you can see this one line of Welmu not building anything at all. But that is going to sum up my cast. Hopefully you did enjoy the game. Don't forget to subscribe. It always does help me. Take care, guys.